Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to do an individual reading for Jaehyun and we're going to figure out, I hope I said his name right, and we're going to figure out what's going on in 4 areas of his life, which is his current energy, so how's he doing right now, his career, and his love life, and any healing messages that come through. This is a shorter version of the individual reading, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys check out the description in case you want to jump into whatever section you actually are curious about, and if not, let's just go on with the reading. So how is Jaehyun currently doing? How is he doing right now? We have the 3 of Pentacles reversed, the 2 of Wands upright. One more card. How is he currently doing? I said one more, but that's fine. You have the 3 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles with the 3 of Cups. So, seems like in the past, something that is like currently like weighing him down a bit is that in the past he found it very difficult to work with other people, or he felt like he wasn't with, like he was, it could be a couple of things, like maybe he felt like he wasn't an expert enough, like knowledgeable enough in his area of expertise to be able to contribute to the group work, or maybe he felt like he wasn't surrounded by people that understood him, or he felt like he couldn't collaborate with other people. But and that could be the reason why he may carry this baggage with him right now. However, with the 2 of Wands right next to it, it kind of feels like even if he feels like he's not adequate enough to work with other people, or maybe he feels like he doesn't have the right people to work with, he is currently in a place where he feels pretty confident at where he's at. So with this 2 of Wands, it kind of shows that right now Jaehyun is going through a period where he feels very knowledgeable. He feels like he sees everything from a new perspective. You know, that bird makes me think of having like bird-eyes view, seeing the bigger picture, seeing things from a different point of view, a different perspective, and that's giving him insight, giving him a better understanding of his surroundings. And here this guy is holding the world, so that kind of shows that Xiaojun is going through a period where he feels very confident because he knows where he stands and he knows what he's looking for, and he feels like he has everything in the world to make his dreams come true. Also, with this 2 of Wands, we were talking about an individual that is thinking about taking action, is having, preparing a plan, is actively doing things to make their dreams come true, but it is someone that is still within their comfort zone. So I do feel that, seeing with the previous card that Jaehyun had, there's this sense that he went through a period where he didn't feel very adequate at working with other people, or he felt like he was lacking something, but now he has reached a point where he's pretty confident where he stands. He seems to be very skilled at what he does, and he has actually become an expert at something that now he feels he can contribute to other people. So I do feel that maybe he hasn't taken the action to collaborate, but he has definitely polish his skills in a way that he feels pretty confident with. The last 2 cards that we have for his current energy is the 3 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So the 3 of Cups tells me that he's celebrating, he's very happy, he's hanging out with friends, having a good time. So it kind of feels like maybe at work he's struggling to work with other people, but with the people that he's emotionally connected with, he feels very happy, very content, and very close to that group of people. Seems like everyone is supporting each other. Seems like everyone's trying to stay optimistic and happy and just trying to see the good in everything, celebrating victories, celebrating everything that can be celebrated. And also with this Page of Pentacles coming right next to it, it feels like it is people that are in the same wavelength as him. People that are very curious, people that are looking for new opportunities in their careers, for new projects, that are looking for success, that are looking to continue in polishing their skills and becoming knowledgeable in the areas that they want to focus on. So I do feel that right now, Jaehyun is surrounding himself with people that are just as ambitious as him and have either similar goals to him or very similar views in achieving their goals. And because of that, that's inspiring him, that's motivating him, that's giving, feeding him more positivity, and because of that, giving him the ability to stay strong and continuing to achieve his dreams. So right now, I do feel that he is in a very good position to continue moving forward, because he seems to be very balanced, ready to take action, and he has been surrounded by people that are motivating him, either by their words or by their example, or things that are just helping him stay very positive in his own path. But with all that said, let's jump onto the next thing and figure out what's going on with his career. We have Firegun with Become a Loving Mirror. Let's see what else. What's going on with his career? We have New Moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. Interesting. So, becoming a loving mirror and bring love into the situation. Wow. It kind of feels like in his career, there's this sense, or there's this reminder of him trying to love himself, or trying to be more friendly with other people. It could be with a new moon in Aquarius. There's this sense of starting a new chapter in his life, starting a new beginning. With Aquarius energy, it feels like he has to do things differently. He has to be more humanitarian, or more compassionate, or more kind to other people. Maybe I don't really know how he is as a person, or I don't really know how you guys see him, but maybe life is encouraging him to either be a lot friendlier with himself, or or trying to be friendlier with the people around him. I don't know if either he keeps to himself too much, or there's something that makes it very difficult for him to connect with other people in his career, and that could be the reason why collaborations are not working the way that he will want it. Or maybe if he were to give himself a bit more love, it will be easier for him to have the confidence, or to feel like he's worthy to work with other people. I do feel that maybe he keeps a lot to himself, or he doesn't open up enough, or he he could be one of those people that just naturally trigger other people a lot. Because this mirror thing makes me think of someone that just, with their own existence, it causes other people to start projecting on them whatever fears or issues or whatever they have going on in their life. So that's what I mean by maybe it's Xiaojun just naturally triggers other people around him in his career specifically. But if you see the imagery of this card, it makes me think that he, in his career, he kind of has to go through a point where he has to do some internal healing, or some soul searching, or trying to understand himself a little bit better in order to maybe bring some loving energy within him. And that could potentially help him be a lot more successful in his career, or that's the thing that he's going to start learning about in his career right now. But with this Aquarius energy, it definitely feels like there's something that he has to do differently in his career. And I feel that when people think of work, many people think of like, oh, put a lot of effort, improving your skills, networking and stuff like that, right? But some of the things that people don't really talk about, that I guess could be innovative in career is like, self-love, self-care, and trying to bring love to the work and the craft that in this case he's doing. Stuff like that could be a way where he can succeed in his career, but it's not necessarily a thing that people usually talk about. So maybe that's what's going on here. But let's get more details about his career. So more details about his career. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Queen of Swords reversed. Wow, okay. So in tarot, these cards are right next to each other. We are talking usually, okay, the court cards go page of whatever, knights, queens, and kings, right? That's usually the order of the court cards. And as you go up, you're reaching maturity, you're understanding and mastering the element of whatever the court card is. And in this case, we have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So it feels like he in his career, he is learning how to express himself. He's learning how to communicate. He's learning how to be more confident about his words, and he is learning how to be a bit more eloquent with his words as well. So with the Knight of Swords, there's this sense of like maybe he's in a stage right now where he's kind of like teenager energy, right? Or he's still kind of young, right? So he's just doing things on impulse. He's being very quick. He is not thinking much about things. He's just going on his impulse, on his instincts, rushing into getting things done and trying to do his job well and all of that. He's just being very quick. He's not really maybe expressing and communicating effectively. His ideas just come very quickly, so he either thinks so much of all of these ideas and he can't really put it into words, or he seems to not put enough depth to those ideas. However, this Queen of Swords reverse tells me that that's the energy he's slowly trying to enter into. So he's trying to grow with his communication. He's trying to develop ideas a bit better and giving them the depth necessary to carry some weight. And the Queen of Swords is Aquarius energy as well. So I do feel that there is a sense of him being able to think differently, seeing things from a different point of view, being able to be innovative. And by that I mean just figuring out a different point of view, a different perspective, a different way of doing things, you know, a bit rebellious. And by that, it's just not sticking to the status quo, doing things that are not conventional, doing things that fit, that makes sense to him and will be beneficial to others because he's just being himself, right? But this Queen of Swords usually talks about someone that is very direct, someone that really knows how to say things, someone that is very straightforward, someone that doesn't hold back, someone that knows how to express their ideas, someone that can be quite a handful because they could be a little bit too honest sometimes. So I do feel like he's reaching a point where he is just saying things for what they are and being very truthful and not holding back anymore. I feel like that's the energy that he's trying to get at, you know, having the confidence to just say what he thinks. I do feel like he could be someone that has a lot of great ideas but finds it very difficult to speak up and say what those great ideas are. And it could be in relation to his career, since we have the Three of Pentacles reversed, so that could be something that maybe he kind of regrets, that he wasn't able to contribute to his group work, or maybe he felt like he didn't say enough or do enough or think enough. But now he's slowly trying to mature, and he's slowly working on his communication skills, on his thinking skills, and on his self-expression, if that makes sense. So that self-love kind of will help him have a bit more confidence and also clear his mind to understand himself better as well. So there could be a sign of internal healing for him is at works. So let's go on to the next thing and figure out how is Xiaojun's love life. We have Vertigo with whatever you choose will be correct. So he is on the right path, whatever that may be. What's going on with his love life? And we have New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. That's kind of funny. So what I think is kind of funny is that the opposite of Aquarius in astrology is Leo. So that's why I thought it was funny, because it feels like his career is on one deep end and his love life is on the opposite deep end. Okay, it could be, not necessarily. But here we have confidence is your key to success, New Moon in Leo. So again, a new beginning. It feels like the success that he will have in his career could help him in his love life, because it feels like in his career he's doing some self-love, some self-healing, and that will bring him a bit of confidence, because that's what will help him have a easier time expressing his ideas, and that will help him also calm down a bit and being able to think things clearly. So if he's working on that, that will definitely benefit his love life as well. So here, with whatever you choose will be correct, kind of tells me that he doesn't need to pressure himself to find anyone in his life, if we're talking about romance, or he doesn't have to pressure himself in finding a partner, or he doesn't have to pressure himself on finding the right place or right time, or none of that, you know, everything at its due time. You know, he already has the key for things to succeed. things just will eventually unfold. I do feel that the main step for him and for his love life to take off is confidence. I do feel that he may lack a bit of it, and that is affecting multiple areas of his life. But right now we're just focusing on his career and his love life. So here, if you look at it, all the keys in the background are pointing up and this one's pointing down. So it kind of feels like, again, there's this sense of him having to go the opposite direction or doing things his own way, or, you know, going off the beaten path. So there's this sense of him having to be unique, having to think outside the box, having to just put himself out there and being different. You know, if he's afraid of showing that side of himself, life is really encouraging him to do that, because that is where he will feel more confident, where he will feel more comfortable. Or it could also be that when he starts going outside the box and doing things in a very unique way, that is the physical manifestation of all of his hard work and in working on himself and finding that confidence, if that makes sense, right? Like, oh, so it could be like, do things differently to be confident, or since you have become confident, now you can do things differently. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, with the new moon in Leo, he's starting a new chapter where confidence is the thing that he's working on and that he's focusing on. Is this sense of like the key for him to just truly align with himself is by, you know, doing things with confidence, being, you know, being proud of who he is as a person, someone that's not afraid to be in the spotlight, someone that is not afraid to be put in the spot as well, someone that is just kind of unapologetically themselves. Seems like that's what he's focusing on in his love life, and it seems like that is the thing that will be very beneficial for him as well. Also with the Leo energy, there's this sense of being optimistic, being competitive even, so, and also just enjoying life for what it is. Leo is known to talk about pleasures and enjoying life and music and creativity and all of those things. So I do feel that if he just continues doing what he loves to do, he's going to stay on the right path. And the right path in this case for his love life is just I guess the path that will help him grow the most, or the path that will help him check check the little the checklist of him to develop as a soul, as a person. And I feel that that could be the reason why, you know, this vertical card makes me think of someone that maybe is going to be pulled in all sorts of directions and will be, you know, and he could get kind of dizzy because it's like going one place then another and then another. So things are constantly changing, constantly evolving, constantly becoming greater and doing new things. So I feel that there's this sense of infinite possibilities infinite possibilities for him that he can explore, and because of that a lot of energies are going to be like pushing in and out. And I do feel that he is just in a stage where he's constantly changing in his career, he's changing his way of speaking or his way of expressing himself. In his love life, he's changing and trying to become this new, well, not necessarily a new person, but being able to show who he truly is, or being a lot more sure of showing who he is. Now let's get more details about his love life. Oh, 2 cards, perfect. Never mind, there were 3. That's still good. That's good enough. So the cards that we have the King of Cups reverse. We have the 6 of Pentacles upright, and we have the Emperor reverse. Okay, so with the King of Cups reversed and the Emperor reversed, it definitely feels like he is, for his love life, he is working on his masculine energy. And what I mean by that is that he's working on being a bit more straightforward, he's working on taking action, he's working on being a lot more confident to show who he is, and not have, like, you know, I don't know, maybe he really does lack to just push forward and get things done, because yeah, he thinks about them, he seems to be very curious as a person, but it seems like he may lack the ability to just take action and just get things done, which is a signature for masculine energy, right? Masculine energy is the one that kind of just pushes forward for things to get done, and then feminine energy is a little bit more receptive and kind of does things in the low key and usually kind of goes with the flow. And again, everyone has feminine and masculine energy, right? We all have the ability to just take in our environment and then take action in our environment, right? they're not necessarily opposites, they're just kind of different. Anyway, going back to his reading. So we have the King of Cups reversed. It feels like Jaehyun is still working on his ability to work with his heart and work with his emotions, and maybe even being a little bit intuitive and just understanding that what he feels in his, in his gut feeling, it's not necessarily wrong. Maybe to trust a little bit in the things that cannot be seen, or being able to understand the things that can only be felt. It seems like he's working with his heart and understanding that side of himself a bit better. Also with the Emperor, we have Aries energy, so he is slowly trying to take action. He's trying to just, learn how to go with his impulses and with his motivations and whatever inspires him at the moment that he feels it, but not to be necessarily irrational. With the Emperor energy reversed, it kind of feels like he is still working on reaching that point of being confident, reaching that point of feeling stable, reaching that point where he feels balanced and in harmony, and that he feels like he's ready to make decisions, to take actions, to be a leader if it has to be done, and also be the leader of his own life, right? I do feel like he's slowly working towards that, and he's slowly grounding himself to like be the protagonist of his own life, if that makes sense. And he could be working in trying to connect, his drive and his heart together, so like that he can be a bit more balanced and be a little bit more, I guess, more of a catch in love as well. However, I do want to point that we have the Six of Pentacles. So with the Six of Pentacles, we have someone that is I feel like that kind of describes the type of relationship he would like to have, or the type of relationship he will offer to a romantic partner. He seems to be someone that wants a balanced relationship. He wants an equal in his love life. He wants someone that will give as much as he gives to them. He is someone that would like to shower whoever he's with gifts and money and abundance and success. Because the Six of Pentacles could talk about good fortune coming out of nowhere. So I do feel that he wants to give all of these beautiful things to his partner, but in order to do that, he feels like he needs to be okay with himself first, or he feels like he has to be a very mature person, someone that is very comfortable with who they are, and they kind of just understand the rules of the game. That's kind of the words that I got. But when I mean with game, I mean just like how life works and all of that. So I do feel like he's working towards that, and that is his goal. So it definitely feels like he wants someone that has everything he wants in his life. So he's working to become everything he wants within himself, so he can provide to that person in order to have an equal give and take. So if he wants someone that fulfills all of the things that he desires in a partner, he's doing his best to also be able to check out all of the expectations his partner could have of him, if that makes sense, in order to create an equal give and take. So let's go to the last part of his reading and check out any healing messages that come through for him. So we have the Scarab Beetle, Spirit Magic works through you. So it definitely feels like one of the messages that he needs to understand is that things are working out for him. This key kind of made me think that he already has the keys to his own success. Things are going to work out because they're meant to work out. It's just that he needs to continue working on himself, so he sees the skills that he has within him, so he sees the path ahead of him, so he sees that he may not be at his full potential yet, like he may not be where he would like to be, but he's definitely growing and developing, and that's perfectly fine too. Also, there might be this sense of like he already has all the qualities he is looking for, but maybe he just doesn't really know how to work with them. So I do feel that with the magic works through you is this sense of like there is, I guess, spirit talks through him, or he's like a channel, so he may be a lot more intuitive than he believes to be. Again, I didn't mention that maybe he could be a mirror that naturally triggers other people, so that could be something that he doesn't really understand, but life is like, you're doing the thing that we need you to do, and that's perfectly fine. Now continue having the confidence to hold your head high and continue moving forward. It definitely feels like he needs to start getting a hard shell around him, and not to put his walls up to the point that nothing comes in and goes out, but more of like being able to have very healthy boundaries with his situation and the people he hangs out with. So let's see any other healing messages for him. And another healing message that we have is the lion spirit with be generous to spirit, but it's reversed. So it kind of feels like, trusting the process, trusting how he feels, trusting the people that he's surrounded with, trusting the path that he's walking and the situations that he's going through. Life seems to be like encouraging him to just trust in the process, trust the path, and trust that the encounters and the difficulties that he's going through are part of him to continue learning, continue growing, understanding. And sometimes things that happen to him are just not necessarily because they're for him to go through, but sometimes it's just to help other people see the path that they have to go through and learn from that, if that makes sense. Like, he could just be like a stepping stone for other people in their development and in their growth and in their own improvement of self-love and self-care and self-healing. So I do feel that this card is kind of trying to remind him that sometimes, he just needs to know that he, just like other people are mirrors and tools for him to learn about himself, he will also be a tool and a mirror for other people to learn about themselves. So this lion also makes me think that he just needs to be proud of who he is, the path that he's going through, and just have the confidence that things will go out okay and that he's doing okay as well. But I want one more card. So let's see, one more healing card for Xiaojun. Oh, we have... Oh, that one fell. I'll take both. Hummingbird spirit with be here and now. So definitely he is being told to be in the present moment, maybe not to focus on the past, which seems like he has some baggage that he's still working through, and also not focus too much on the future that he kind of forgets what he can do right now. It's kind of like, look at the future for motivation, but focus on your present so you can figure out what you can do at the moment. Porcupine spirit with time for beginner mind. So with this beginner mind, it kind of feels like life is telling him to just see things differently, being able to embrace change, being able to have the ability to see that there's new beginnings and that there's nothing wrong with new beginnings. He could be someone that struggles a lot with change, or feels like change is scary, or feels like change is a punishment. But no, change is just a natural thing that happens. So I do feel that life is just trying to remind him that there's nothing wrong with just doing things from the beginning, or being new to new beginnings as well. There's nothing wrong with just jumping into a journey and having no clue where to go, how to go about it, or maybe not even have the skills to go through with it, because it's part of his growth, it's part of his learning. So all I'm saying is that this kind of shows that life is telling him to not be afraid of going out of his comfort zone. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you find this entertaining and not that you learn from it. I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that itch is. I said however that itch. Well, whatever. And yeah, love and healing from my part to you, and thank you so much for watching.